welcome to this Congress. The title of my presentation is Top Tech Tools to Reduce Teacher Workload Through Virtual Team Activities. This is the most important to work with our students that they practice in the class, but also it's very crucial that they work collaborative, that they work in teams. So this is the objective of all of this presentation. My name is Olenka Villavicencio, so let's start. All right, this is agenda. I divided my presentation in 5 different points, okay? The first one is about digital literacies. The second one is, what application do you use in your classes? I would like that you interact with yourself. I'm giving you some collaborative tools, good practice, and if you have at the end also some question and some answer, please let me know. So I go, okay? The first thing is digital literacies. This is the book that I recommend you about English for 21st century skills, okay? Where you can find different information, different valuable information. One of them is the digital literacy framework by McGreedy 2020, when she described 6 different areas that we need to take into consideration, okay? These are the areas, and I would like to go into each of one, okay? So what is important? What is digital literacy? To have an idea, okay, according to McGreedy, she said that this is an intellectual empowerment that has the potential to transform humans, what? Cognitively, socially, and culturally. So we need to develop activities that we promote different skills in our students as well. Okay, so we are going to continue. Okay, so according to this, what do you think is access and core IT skills? Could you please put in the chat and tell me what do you think is access and core IT skills? Tell me example. What do you think is about this? Access and core information technology skills. For you, what is for you this part? Any examples, any ideas about that? Very simple, because it's access and core IT skills. That you turn your computer on, this is an skills. Turn on, turn off, try to connect your speakers, okay? Maybe you download some applications, all the basic skills that every teacher needs to know, okay? Every simple activity, it's important that we develop these skills if you don't have. Okay, I think that during this pandemic of COVID-19, the majority of us, okay, acquire different skills as well. In the chat box, okay, thank you for your participation. Have an internet connection and a device. Excellent, very good. Yes, see the project, of course, yeah. Thank you. Please participate a lot, okay? This is the most important in this part that you do this session, okay? So, as you mentioned, is the ability to read and write in this world, okay? What does include? Access to the internet, as your partner mentioned, as Oscar, the ability to manage ICT, okay, that you have the fan page, yes, the CIDE project, very good, okay, that we have this access. Try to be confidence in basic information technology skills. If you develop this competence, excellent for you, okay? Very good. If you are so and you are developing, not worries, okay? Because this is little by little, step by step, you are going to acquire full practice, okay? Then she mentioned participation and collaboration. How do you do that? What does it mean? Participation and collaboration. What do you think? Could you please tell me maybe what application do you use that the student participate or collaborate? Could you please tell me if you use an application, something? What does it mean? Thank you. I love reading the chat box. Okay, according to Oscar, is Kahoot. Yeah, Kahoot, yes, is an example of gamification that a student love because they interact to each other and they compete. Okay, maybe, and I did with my student in the last semester, Google Meet also, Google Meet collaboration, maybe when you go in the breakout rooms, quizzes, okay? Maybe the student have the possibility to create quizzes, to create Kahoot in teams. This is about here. The Google Jamboard is another application that is collaboration, the Google Drive, yes. So what does it mean? It can provide students with the skills and mindset to use shared productivity tools. As you mentioned, the Google Drive. Now, everything is in the Google Drive. We have all our files in the cloud, just in case something happened with our laptop or desktop or something like that. Communicative, collaborative, video, audio, test, and so on. I am reading the chat box. Another one is Mentimeter, the Word Wall, yes, perfect, the Jamboard, and so on. Well done, very good, very good. Okay, what do you think does mean creativity and innovation? What does creativity and innovation mean? Okay, students needs to be creative. Not only the student, but also teachers. Creativity and innovation. What do you think does it mean? Okay, any idea how do we promote creativity and innovation in our students? And what about you when you design your lesson plans? What do you think? How do you feel about creativity? Okay, create things, innovate things. Listen to me. To have very good practice in your lesson, it's not necessary to use a lot of technology. It's only to use your class a little differently. And the most important, that you try to get all the goals that you have for the class. I am reading in the chat box, okay? According to Oscar is the activation, perfect, here. The activation, okay, of imagination, having in mind the contents, make new activity for our student. Yeah, definitely, make something different. Yes, yes, that's right. This is creativity. Try to do something different, okay? As you know, we have different tools to do it. So please, this is the idea that you use your creativity, try to acquire these competences of designing, remixing, creating, and what is important, curating digital media and resources. What does curating digital media mean? That there is a lot of information, okay, on the web. So we need to organize in teams, the teams of teachers, and we decide which are the best for our students according to our students' needs. This is so crucial, okay? What else in the chat box? Okay, Brunner proposed to allow the student to discover in order to create. Definitely, Carla. And this is according to the Bloom taxonomy. This is the higher level, creation. When the student creates things, they will never forget it. But what happens is the student only memorize. They will forget in 2 months, in 3 months, they will forget it. So when this is something about your experience and a student create things, this is the most important. Thank you for your participation. What do you think does mean identity and well-being? Identity, okay? It's important that the student and also the teacher have identity and well-being. With COVID-19, okay, all of us are affected in some ways or not, okay, because it was impossible to return back to physical classes. It was, oh my goodness. Then little by little, we are returning to school, to the universities, and so on. So what does it refer? Identity and well-being. What do you think does it mean here? That we need to develop this skill. Identities, sorry, and well-being. What do you think in the chat box? Yes, every task that the student do have their mark. Excellent, Oscar. So everything, every task, every creation that the student has a footprint, okay? And this is important to have our footprint in the web, okay? To feel well in the classes and learning in a good content. This is well-being. Try to feel satisfied, okay? You are a teacher, you have one of the best, if not the best profession, because teaching is like learning, is part of you. It's giving your experience, and you want that the students are or will be more than you, will have more opportunities than you. This is the service that we have. Excellent, very good, very good. So this is identity. When we refer to identity, is that they are about understanding the reputational implication of digital identity, as you mentioned, and be resilient to potential risks. Why? Because we know is we don't manage the technology very well, we have different risks, especially a student. This is about the cyberbullying and different problems that they have. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for your participation. I love it. Okay, and the other one is digital critically. What do you think this means? Digital critically. What does digital critically mean? Okay, try to tell me example about that. This is related also with the brain. Okay, critical, try to also encourage our students and try to give them some exercises related to critical thinking. Yes, so it equips a student with the skills and confidence. Confidence to what? To access source reliability, as well as to analyze, interpret information in different digital forms or contents. Okay? According to Atwazelli, don't believe everything that we can find on the internet. For that reason, it's very important that we curate information, the information. Oscar, to question the virtual reality and the tool and its usage. Okay, also there are different tech tools, okay, that we are developing, like artificial intelligence. One example of artificial intelligence is when you use the Google Talk. We use different devices, okay? The Google Talk, and you improve your pronunciation. If you use Alexa, Siri, if you use maybe another devices, so everything is about artificial intelligence, that you have a smart house and so on. Okay, thank you for your participation as well. Very good. Okay, so we are going to continue. Okay. All right. Give me a second to check out about this. So in the number 2, I would like to do, what application do you use in your classes? You mentioned some of them, but I would like that you interact about this. What application do you use in your classes? Okay, for that reason, please, I would like you, okay, and also the people who are on Facebook, that they go to www.googleclub.com/CIDE1. Okay, I am putting this information. Okay, I am going to put about this information in this part. Okay, give me a second. I put a link over there. Okay, googleclub.com/CIDE, and I am going to turn here. Yeah, okay, give me a second over there. And I am going to edit. One of the tools that I use in my classes is a Google Club. This is free. Sometimes I use the Mentimeter as well. So I am going to put the stuff. Okay, so please, when you enter over there, this is for you, you are going to mention which of the following tech tools have you tried in your classes? Have you tried in your classes? Not only that you know and it is for you. This is the application that you use in your classes, okay? There is multiple choice, so you can use anything, okay? We have different parts. Give me a second. We are going to have Genially, the Kahoot, okay, the Wavelet, the Flipgrid, Google Slide, Google Jamboard, Nearpod, and others, okay? Could you please try to do? Oh, the host has stopped my video. I am so sorry, but it's not possible for me to, the video. It's not possible to turn my camera on because it said that you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it. Could you please try to, okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so well done, very good. You are practicing here, well done, very good. So, two people use Kahoot, Genially, all right? I love my presentation. I love having my presentation using Genially. Flipgrid, Google Slide, Jamboard, Nearpod, others. Yeah, perfect. Could you please try to put in the chat box what other application do you use in the classes apart from that? Could you please type in the chat box? Type in the chat box and you tell me what other applications apart from these do you use in your classes that you think are very useful for you and for your students as well. Okay, please type in the chat box. Thank you for your collaboration. Oh, I love Mural. Yes, I love Mural. Yes, it's an interactive board that the students love it because they are going to use different mind maps, okay, infographics, and so on. Well done, Oscar. Okay, for Nina, Jamboard. Yeah, okay, good. Kahoot. Okay, apart from Kahoot, there are different games like quizzes, Quizlet, and so on. Today, I am showing you how to use with all of them, okay? Thank you. Anybody else to use other, please, other application? Quizalize, yes, Valeria. This is very interesting, especially with the live session. The Padlet, also similar to the Google Jamboard, we are going to have the Padlet with a code. Okay, perfect. Well, the free version only is limited, but it's okay. Perfect, well done. Thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to continue with this part. Okay, so as I mentioned when I started the presentation, it's so crucial that not only a student, but also teachers work in team. What does team mean? Together, everyone achieves more. So this is the idea. When you work in teams, you realize and you improve your experience. It's a good idea that you have a colleague who tells you, okay, this is a good practice. Oh, I think this, it doesn't work. So maybe try this. So please share. This is the idea. Everything that you learn, maybe, or we are interacting here in this presentation, share with your colleagues. When you share, you learn. If you, for example, learn a new application, please, the most important for you is to share with others. When you share with others, it's better, not only for the person who received, but also for you because you know more. So all the time, collaboration. So facilitating collaboration at a distance due to the pandemic, according to Alkini. So in the classes, in the physical classes, in virtual classes, it's important always to work in teams. Okay, perfect. Well done. Let's continue with this part. Okay, for that reason, it's crucial, okay, that we work, for example, using different learning management system, and also if you use Zoom or Google Meet or you use Microsoft Teams to work in groups. Okay, this is the idea. Because if you are going to do your classes only for you, it's going to be boring. The students say, oh no, the class is boring, not possible for me to interact. Because it's impossible if you have, I don't know, 25 students that everybody speaks. So I always, okay, use breakout rooms with my student, but also it's very important that you assign roles. And this depends on the number of the students that you have. For example, if you have 20 students or 25 students, maybe you divide the team in 4. But you have to assign roles. Because if you don't assign roles, the students try to do whatever, but they don't follow the instruction, don't follow the task. So maybe one student is the leader to lead a team, the other person is the presenter, the person who presents the activity, the other is the monitor that everybody speaks English. Yeah, well, this is the idea. So if you're speaking Spanish, you say, oh no, please do it, that. And the note taker who take notes using application, all right? So these roles, okay, are not the same. These roles have to be with different people. So maybe one week, okay, Jorge is the leader. The next week, Jorge is the presenter, and so on. Or maybe you have classes, I don't know, twice per week. So this depends how do you manage your classroom. Okay, good, very good, very good. So we are going to finish with what application do you use in your classes? Right now, full practice. It's exactly, and we are starting the full practice using collaborative tools. When we use collaborative tools, what can you see in this screen? Tell me, what can you see in this screen? What do you think is the screen about? Okay, in the chat box, please try to put, tell me everything. How can you describe the screen? This is something that you elicit the student, okay? And I love elicit with you. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Interaction. Yeah, very good. Some useful tools. Yes, definitely, Jessica, definitely, Atwezale, interaction, useful tools, okay? I divided today the presentation in 6 different tools. All of them are collaborative tools, okay, as well. And also you can use other one. I am going to teach you how do you use other one as well. Okay, in the chat box is the ideal class. Yes, is the ideal class. And this is the hybrid class because nowadays you are having classes with a student, okay, but also face-to-face. So we need to caption and we need to develop those skills, all right? And please be competent. The diversity to achieve tasks. Okay, thank you, very good, very good, very good, thank you. So this is the world. The student interact with the world, not only with Ecuador student. No, 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 nowadays is the world. Okay, so please be competent, okay? And I am going to mention these 6 different tools, okay? So let's have a look, and we start with Wavelet. Could you please tell me in the chat box if you use Wavelet? Have you got a Wavelet account? Try to tell me yes or no, please, in the chat box. Or do you know what does Wavelet mean? Have you got an idea or not? Okay, Pafa. Okay, no, no. All right, no problem. Today I'm going to tell you with this. This is a very collaborative tools, and I use in my classes. How do you use that? Very, very simple, very simple. It's okay. What does Wavelet mean? Okay. The most important is that you share information. What do you have to do? You would mark anything. Similar to in the past, for example, if some of you use Dropbox, okay, or maybe the Google Drive, all right, perfect. But here is, if you find something important on the internet, bookmark, okay, you put like the star, okay, this is interesting, yeah. 10 years ago, what happened 10 years ago? 10 years ago, for example, this is my experience. If I found something interesting, I copy the link and I put a link in my work. No? This is before the Google Drive. And after that, I put all the interesting link in my Word document. And then I forgot where my Word is, or maybe my computer crashed and I lost all the information. So it didn't happen anymore. Okay? For that reason, in the past also you use the Dropbox. Some of you use the Google Drive. That is good, but to organize your element. But to interact with the student, let's work with the Wavelet. Why? Because you collaborate and share at the same time. Okay, Thank you, thank you. So we are going to go over there, okay, and this is the Waylon. This is my Waylon, by the way. I am giving you in the chat box the link, okay, of my Waylon. Okay, this is my Waylon. This is free. You don't have to pay nothing, okay, in your Waylon. And what is the Waylon? It's similar that you have your Google Drive. Exactly the same. But what is the difference? Okay, that you are going to put pictures of them. You can create different folders according to what you want to do. For example, I put speaking, gamification, grammar, and so on. This is not something that you can see. You can see like this. This is the display for the user. So I am going to put here, and you can see over there what is the display. I am going to close a little here, okay? And here, have more. Okay, this is something that you can see. In the Waylon, you have collection, bookmarks, group collations, and so on. So what do you have to do? Okay, like Pinterest. Yeah, like Pinterest, but I have also my Pinterest. Before having my Waylon 2 years ago, I use a lot of my Pinterest. Yes, I use a lot of my Pinterest. What is the difference? That here you are going to work together and you collaborate in a better way. For example, I am going to show you how do you say. Maybe if you want some information, for example, about attractive presentation, you go click, and little by little, you find some interesting information on the presentation. How do you do that? Okay, you are going to edit. I am going to close some of them. Give me a second. Yeah, it's okay. Let's have a look. So I recommend you that you have, for example, Genially, Canva, Slimania, and all of them. So when I give my student some activity, I tell them, go to my Waylon and use anything that you like. I don't tell them, okay, try to use your presentation using PowerPoint, or please you use Genially, or you use Slimania. No, I tell them, and I am showing you later. You have plenty of different tools. Choose the tool that you want. Yep, and the students say, oh, there are more tools. Ah, it's very interesting. I can use this. I can use that. Okay? So it's very easy for them. I am showing you how to do this part. Okay, but what is the most important here, no? Because you are going to do everything. If you have the possibility to enter to my Waylon now, you can enter, so everything is free. But what happened? You have different auctions. You have different auctions. You have about comics, stories, poster, infography, for example, like this. What do you say? If you want, okay, to do your board only for yourself, okay, you have here, over there, because you have here 3 points. Yeah. Different things, different contributors here, okay, and you change that. Public, unlisted, and private. What are the differences among them? Public for everybody, okay? The majority of my boards are public. But when I work with my students, I always use unlisted. Why? Because the students needs a code. So with a code that only my students know, they are going to work. Or maybe this, and you say, no, this is only for me because I wanna to check some websites later. Oh yeah, private, this is only for you, okay? So this is one of the advantages that you have. Another advantage that you have is the people that you interact. All of them, okay, also you are going to move the collection, export a PDF, and so on. How do you do that? No, that you have an evidence. You are going to export, and you have a list of everything, okay, about this session. Where this has happened, because it can take for a while. Give me a second. Then I am showing you what I do with my student. If you have a look here, I have English free infography, graphic organizer, and I have a slide. All of them are only for the student, are unlisted. What does it mean? That you can see. What do a student do? For example, when they work in slides, as I mentioned before, okay, I'd put my student in teams and they develop. And as you can see, some students prefer using or prefer Genially, another one Canva, or maybe the Google Slides or the Google Docs. So this is depends on what the student wants, no? As you mentioned. And I highly recommend that you do the same with the student, because this is like a portfolio, digital portfolio that you have with them. And what happened? The student tried to develop their presentation, for example, about this, about the COVID-19 and something they are going to put in members. And the majority, of course, are only pictures. The only thing that they need is to work. Give me a second. Yeah, this part. Okay, so they need to put here, okay, as you see, experiences, okay, this one, okay. So the student have the possibility to do everything. Some of them just use Genially, some of them use Canva, and so on. I am teaching you how to do this with the student, because this is the most important, okay? So this is Canva. No? Canva also is interactive, so I always recommend the student that they do different things, okay? Not the same thing, not like the classical PowerPoints and so on. When you have different options for the student, it's much better. Okay, so here I am going to enter to the other wavelet over there, and I am going to tell you. You mentioned also gamification. Gamification is something that the student loves. So what can I do? Like that the student try to review some part for the exam, for example, for the final exam, for the midterm exam, or maybe for a quiz, and encourage a student to develop quizzes. Okay, I tell my student, okay, you are in group of 4. Okay, you develop quizzes. So here I have different quizzes. Some students prefer also Kahoot, some of them prefer Quizalize or Genially, some of them prefer Puzzle, and so on. Yeah, so whereas this is uploading, this is here. And what happens is you have different groups. You are going to put, okay, the team number, for example, G1M is the code, because I have, for example, English free for some groups. So to differentiate, some of them I put, okay, this classroom is G1M. Okay, and you are going to put, what team are you? You are team 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what application you use, and what is the unit? Okay, I have different ones, H1N, F1N, E1T, and so on. Yeah, so this is something that you can do with the student. Let's have a look. We are going to start, and you are going to put here, no? That's it. So I always encourage the student to use tech tools. Yeah, but this is a process. It's not like, oh my goodness, no, you need to correct, you need to check. But what is the most important with this is online, you can edit. You can edit and you can do it. You can give the student the code and that's it. So right now we are doing with you, yeah, because the idea is not to do only with me. So what can I do right now? I am going to create a collection. First of all, to create an account, you only need any account, Microsoft, Google, or anything that you prefer, or your Facebook. You enter and you create a collection, okay? For example, I am going to use a layout, okay? Two people here, I am admitting two people, sorry. Okay. Screen, stop share, okay. Sharing, yeah. So you can use any template, okay? For example, this template, yeah. So you say, use this layout, okay? You're going to put a title, see it. If you want, you are going to put an image, okay? I put an image tech tool, technology, yeah. Anything that you prefer, all right? You're going to put something. I'm going to put something here. Okay, so this is CIDE. You have full cover, half cover over there. Okay, and what do you have to put? Please, you are going to upload some of tools, some tools you use in your classes, for example. So what do you have to do? It's similar to the PowerPoint. About here, it is a little different. What is similar to the PowerPoint? The Google slide on here. Okay, what do you have to do? You have the possibility to add text. What else do you add? You can add image, bookmarks, PDF, or you are going to interact with any of these applications as well. YouTube, video, whatever, okay? For example, I am going to put Waylett. So okay, waylett.com. So I am going to put Control-C, and I put, oh yeah, my Waylett over there. I put here Waylett. Yep. And immediately this is appear. How can I do with my student? How can I do that? Okay. I wanna that first of all, for my student, they are going to put unlisted only in this section. Okay, so I put unlisted. What do you have to do with this part? You are going to give the code to the student. How do you do the code? How do you put the codes? For example, you go to invite and I am invite. So I give my student these links. Copy the link. I put in the chat box. Please enter to here, enter right now, and you put edit. First of all, you can register, you put edit. You can upload anything that you want. For example, one of my colleagues said, okay, Miss, I wanna, and I use with my student Kahoot. So Kahoot.it. That's it. Okay. So this is Kahoot for me. I go over there. Okay. And everything, and I put Kahoot. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think that this is interesting. It's interesting, an image that you can find on the web. Oh, I choose an image about the tech tool. Oh yeah, Friday today. I'm going to put Friday today. Yep, okay, could you please enter? Could you please enter according to the link? Enter and try to post any link that you prefer about any application, or maybe one YouTube or one song, or if you use Quizalize or Nearpod or whatever. Try to have the experience. Yeah, the most important is that you have the experience over there. So again, I am giving you, okay, in the chat box, the link. Oh, sorry. This is not the link. I am giving you the link of the Waylett. 55. Yes. Okay. This. The previous one and the last one. Okay. With this code. Enter, please. Enter. Enter only to check that this work with you. This is something that you have to do with the student or with the teachers. If you, for example, are doing research, if you work in a team with your partner, okay, I recommend you that you use this Waylett, because instead that you say, okay, send me your advance in power, send me your advance in email, send me your advance in here. No, this is in the past. You are going to use emails or something like that, because sometimes we confuse. We have a lot of emails. We we get confused. Okay, so this is the time that you are going to do this. And what is important that you are going to put likes. If you want, oh yeah, you have. Oh, I think here, this is 100%. Oh, I think that this is interesting. I'm going to do about here. Okay, could you please, anybody enter? Is it possible for you to enter? Could you please tell me in the chat box? At least one or two. Could you please do this exercise? Because I wanted that you explore. This is the most important here, and you are going to put a like here. Or maybe you are going to put here 100%. Okay, in the chat box. Yes, you posted. Okay, thank you, Raceli. Okay, so let's have a look over there, and I am checking. Okay, so I am going to refresh this. Okay, and I can see that there are 4 items. So, for example, she was pointing. This is very interesting about this thin link. Yeah, and as you can see, this is the name, Ara. I'm going to put Ara like. And also, it's possible for her to edit, to re-edit, or so on. Yeah. So this is the way that you are going to use this part. Ready? Is ready? Any question about this application? Yeah. So this is one application that I use with my students. In this session, okay, I recommend you that you use for manage. If you want to, you invite contributors as well. That this is people around the world. No, we're going to do with anonymous, so you are going to invite. Here I have some people around here, some contributors that you have. Okay, chat box. No, it's pretty easy. No, it's pretty easy to use. Okay, Oscar. Yeah, it's very easy to use. Yeah, follow here the waylet over there. Okay, and you have plenty of information. If you want to know about artificial intelligence, about gamification, about infographics, and so on, go to my waylet and you can find a lot of different resources. Yeah, a lot of different resources, preparation, grammar, vocabulary, and so on. Why? Because I love sharing something that I find interesting. Yeah, comics, ebooks, everything is here. No? And also the student, for example, my student did about infographics. Okay, so this is the way that I work with them. Let's have a look over there. They have different parts. Yeah, so this is one of here. About the infography, I mentioned about here the Google Slides, okay, the gamification that I use with the students and so on. Okay, perfect. So another application is Genially. I extremely recommend Genially. As you know, you're going to put register now. Genially is free. If you want to pay, you are going to pay, no problem, and you have more resources. But let's have a look at about here. This is the Genially. What can you do with Genially? As you mentioned, you are going to put everything in only one place, okay? You put videos, audio, images, and everything in only one place. How can you do that? I am going to show you this session, okay? For example, this is my Genially, and I am explaining you how to do that. That is very, very easy. You can create with anything. I have 2 Geniallys, okay? One Genially that these are for my presentation. As you can see here, all the presentations are in Genially. Well, the majority of them, because I also use Slide Mania and also over there, okay? All of the presentation are here. And with my students, I use another one, yeah, to don't confuse. For example, I go to this section, I go to another operating system. I use with this the Google Slide, and with this, with my student, I use the Internet Explorer as well. Whereas this is updating, give me a second to show you. Yeah, this is about. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second to check. Okay. Right. So I go there and I put Genially. I put Genially. And this is with my student. As you can see, I can combine, you know, the Internet Explorer or Mozilla with another account, because all my accounts are free. This is the reason that I don't pay. Over there. And these are something that I use with the students. No, all the conversation, and again, I'll give you the links. Okay, so again, one advice is that you don't combine things, please. Okay, I have 4 different Gmails accounts. One is especially for the university. One is especially for the university. Okay, one is for my work, another for my personal life, and so on. Okay, what do you have to do with this session? I am showing you. Right, so this is my Genial. Oh, this is my Genially over there. Give me a second, and I am going to show you about this. What can you do with the Genially? Okay. So you have to explore also, because there are different resources and there are free templates here. So I put everything OBC, Olenka Villavicencio Carranza. You have to remember about here, and I am going to enter here, like my editions, all right? So we are going to open this part, that this is here, now, to show you how do you do that. For example, this is about cultural. One of the competences that we have to develop in our student is cultural. Okay, this is here. I am going to present over there. And that's it. Okay, so let's visit London. Now I encourage the student to say about the favorite places in London, maybe get on the bus, you watch a video. I combine ISL collective here, because you can put anything that you want in the Genially, and you are going to see in only one place. No, you're going to put about here, this is the YouTube, and so on. Yeah, I think I have to refresh this just in case there's something. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And what happened here? Also, this is possibility, and you put bigger. No, you put bigger. So you go over there, and you put bigger. No? So you can combine different things in only one.
Hi there, I'm Ryan. I'm in London today.
So you are going to create this kind of exercises using another application. I'm in London today, for example, and then you are going to continue. So this is the idea.
I'm not here for long. I have to get a train to Brighton at 3 o'clock.
You are going to have different tools, no? And then you are going to complete, and it depends on the level of the student that you have and so on. Yeah. So this is one thing that I recommend you to do genially, and the passport. This is here. My name is Olenka. I was born on October the 8th. I'm Peruvian. I live. Depends on the level of the student that I have. Okay, and also with some information about the tea or the custom that you are going to develop different things and so on. So this is about genially. We are going to have here. If you have a look, I have like infography, for example, 10 things that you shouldn't do when you travel abroad. And the student tried to tell me, okay, what about number 6? Oh yeah, like this in the United States and so on. And the student tried to do the same. No? As you mentioned in this part of infographies here, in this session of infographies that the student have, okay, they talk about infography, about different things. For example, and they developed different infography. You know, this is about it. And they use anything that they like. Some of them try to put here, some of them use Canva, some of them use Genially, and so on. Okay, so you do, and you tell the student, okay, please go ahead and do it. Okay, because if you cannot do it, it's impossible to say, okay, you can do it, student. No. Okay, so this is important. This is about infography that the student loves doing. Yeah. So this is here. What else? I love doing this kind of exercises using Genially. No, when you, for example, try to brainstorm ideas. So you are going to put the color that you prefer. Anybody who tell me what do you prefer? Anybody who interact to me? About here, one person, one volunteer to choose one color, please. Anybody of you? Come on. With my students, the students try to do this kind of exercises in breakout rooms, okay? And the students have the possibility also to share their screen, and I give the remote control. So I give the remote control to one specific person. So I tell my student, okay, who wants to interact with me? Yeah, and you tell me, okay, Karina, yeah, let's start. And you are going to interact, okay? The student try to choose any color that you prefer, for example, this, and then you throw the dice over here, and purple, okay, Ale, yeah, I am going to put for you, Ale, yeah, this is for you, Ale, and I am giving you Ale. Ale, is it possible that you use the remote control? Oh, I am going to do for you, yeah, because maybe another host here. For example, this is Ale, and Ale put 5, okay, so say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the student have a question. Ale, tell me, if you were going to start a blog on YouTube, what could it be about? Okay, and Ale answer me. All right. I have to request to be on mute. Yes, but I don't have the permission. This is the reason that is not possible for me to do it. But this is okay. No, the idea is that you are going to interrupt. Oh, for example, another person have here. Okay, you are going to do this. Okay, for me, number 2. And I go to number 2. Okay, sorry, number 2. Okay, number 2. If you have to be on a reality game show, which could it be? And so on. Okay, so you have the possibility to interrupt. Every question have one. I am giving you also this part for you. Okay, I have here. And I'm giving you the link just in case you want. This is about some question that I use with my student at first. Okay, some question that a student love when I start the class, maybe for motivation, maybe at the end. So for me, it's called icebreaker questions. Yeah, I am giving you my icebreaker question just in case you would like to use this with your student. So let me check here. So this is the possibility that you have to be linguated. As you can see, if I have here my other part, because they are with my student here, my student use about this part. You can see, for example, in the upper intermediate, how can I do with the student? Yeah, I am going to tell you about here. So this is here, presentation, this is here. In the chat box, I put the link. Okay, I put a link just in case you want to use this part. Okay, this is for here. Yeah, if you want to use in your classes, because I always use in my classes. So with this, I have a look here. No, the upper intermediate about robots and something like that. I always use with a student, and I can show you how you do now in the speaking club or something that they like about robots or whatever they like. No, I play also using something that you mentioned, the World Wide Net. No, I use the World Wide Net with technology over there. That this is another resource for you that you can use. If you want to use, go ahead because this is free. Okay. So I have different tech tools. Yeah? In my class, I use different tech tools. Which is the idea. That way I'm going to put it out here, the deal, and then do you think money should be spent to explore space, or is it better spent helping people on Earth? Critically, no, that this is one of the conditions. You work in teams and they are going to discuss. So this is the way that I do with a student, as you know, I put about advantage, disadvantage. With Genially, they have the possibility to look everything here. So I put here, so I don't need to go to...
Now that we're 2/3 of the way.
I don't need to go to the YouTube link, another part, and the student wait. In only one part, I do everything. Well, this is the idea that I want to show you that everything you can do using Genially. Yeah. And when you explore, you are going to give more. Okay. So let's have a look and we continue. Okay, we continue with the other part. All right. The majority of you told me that you use Google Jamboard. I use Google Jamboard with my students, of course. the student loves Google Jamboard. And what is the most important? Because it's only one link. So the only thing that you need is one link. You don't need to give the student a lot of links. No, you don't need. So what do you do with this? Here, no, I have different parts. So maybe this is for one class, maybe this is for another class. So you have to design your wallet. When you are going to design this part, diversity, this, you're going to put about here. Can you make prediction about life after this coronavirus pandemic? Okay, they are going to use the use of will, the use of going to, and so on. Okay, benefits and so on. Yeah, so you know how to use Jamboard. This is the reason that I am going to pass to another one. Okay, then we are going to have also the Google Slide. Google Slide is something that the student loves doing. Okay, I always, which is always all the time, usually no, because it's always for me, use this Google Slide, because I recommend you to use when the student practice all together. Okay, so I put for my student in teams, and I to put the learning outcome, blah 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 blah. Okay, I also use my Pinterest because I have my Pinterest. So I tell you, okay, go to my Pinterest about writing a report, and the students immediately go to my Pinterest. So all the tools that I have, I put in only one. Okay, so when I give tasks, I tell you, you have the tools. Try to use here, try to use from here, from there, and so on. So this is how we organize. I always give the student this session only to tell you about the research, that you want to have to the student. I give the template, how they do about this session, okay? I give also more information using my Pinterest, the rubrics, example of infography, my Wakelet. As I mentioned before, I give the student the link of my Wakelet. They click only here and they enter, no? So everything is linked. And also the student use with my Flipgrid that I am showing you later. So everything is there. Everything is there in only one part. Yeah. So I am going to close everything here. I am going to put this session. So this is the way that I use Google Slides. Okay. And also the Flipgrid. I think that the students love using Flipgrid here, no? So when they are going to finish and they use the infography, they use the slide, because this is like a project, okay? A student do the same in these parts using the Flipgrid. So they enter using my Flipgrid, oh, okay, and I am going to put over there, and I am going to sign. And I realize about the student, well, this is about the code that I have access to here. In a second. 5227, 5227, what else? 522721. Yeah. This is about the code. So I enter to the code, wherever I'm going to be, and okay, this is something that I can see with the student. No? I do about with the student that they are doing different parts. Okay, as you can mention there, they have a lot of different possibilities. Okay, and I always try to encourage my student to do in teams, in works. So I work about this part. This is my dream place. I put about here. No, they are the student that they are doing different parts, differentiation, different parts. No? And so it's something that a student loves because they have the possibility to do different things here. They are going to put about social members and over here.
Recent years, the popularity of social media has been growing.
And I realized that all the members are there because this is crucial, this is important. And also the tape script, okay? So I can mention over there. Here, if I put there is another student here, and so on. Well, problem is connectivity here, but this is another student that you want. Okay, but you are going to give the details that you have. Okay. Okay.
Number 3,
This is
visit the
another.
National Museum of the South Korea. The entrance to the museum is free.
And when the student finish, because you are going to have, also I encourage a student to feedback, okay, with the comments, with different things that they have to do. Yeah, I do these activities with my students, and I love that you explore also the free grid as well. Okay, what else? Because I think that I have only 2 minutes. And the other thing is Nearpod that I use with the student. How do you do that? You are going to play it also, use gamification using Nearpod. Okay, in one place you have different themes. So I have my learning management system, Canva, for example. And in Canva, I am going to put my slide, my Nearpod. Okay, for example, I go to my Nearpod. You're going to have a look here, Unit 6, Week 12. So I go to here, Unit 6, Week 12. Let's have a look. How about here? So everything is ready here. I give the Nearpod to the student immediately. And this is something that the student loves because I interact my Nearpod with the Canvas or with the Moodle, with the different things that they have. And they only have one part. Okay, instead to use Padlet, I use also the Nearpod that is in this kind of board. It's called board, collaborative board in Nearpod. And that's it, no? The famous people. And then I am having this, nothing of 2 people, friends, so everything is there. As you can see, everything is there. And they are mentioned like this about the presentation that I have in 2 different parts, like a digital book with a PDF and so on. Yeah, that's it. Well, I don't have enough time to do it, but that's it. Okay, so I have to finish it. Please, it's important that when you use different tools, you have 6 essential questions to choose education and application. Number 1, is it free? Because some applications you have to pay. Obviously, you have more advantages, but all the tools that I mentioned in this presentation are free. Yeah, all the tools are free, just in case, because I have some presentation when tell me about how much money. So the teachers, they don't want to spend the money doing this. Maybe you are interested in one specific tool, you can pay, yeah, because there are more possibilities for you. Number 2, is it easy to use for teacher and student? Is this easy? Well ahead. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Here. Does it allow collaborative work? Don't forget collaborative and creative. Does it save the progress of the student immediately? When you go to the Whale, the Google Slide, Jamboard, the recording is immediately. Also, in Genial is immediately. What does it contribute to the development of digital competence? A lot. We develop critical thinking, collaboration, communication, IT-based skill, well-being, and so on. What is possible to do now that couldn't be done before? A lot of different activities that you can create with the students, okay? So by the end, I think that I have only 1 more minute, no? Like this. Thank you very much, okay? Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. So it's important to know that to be inspired is great, but to inspire is incredible. So thank you very much for this presentation. You can find me in all the social networks here. My nickname is Olivia or Olenka Villavicencio ELT, and I have also a closed Facebook group. So just in case you are interested in using technology in class, is IATECO Peru LTC. Thank you. I think I finished with 2 minutes.